Cool, since dispelling characters is the thing, maybe we should dispel this one. I really hate when people say shit like that. There are people who is not like you on this planet. So don't try to dispel what they're saying. Trying to change their view, and don't just use emotion in what you think. And I'm gonna say the rest after this, because it's like, yo, ma'am, like, decorum, ladylikeness, like, where is it? I know he's not your type. No, he's not. But don't. Just the camera is on. Let go.
You don't mind me asking, Donnie, do you feel like you're easy to be led?
By who?
In general.
You couldn't lead me. But yeah, I do feel like I'm easy to be led. I'm led every day. David leads me here. In this, everything he tells me to do, I do it. In a relationship, I'm led. By my friends, I'm led. By my mother, I'm led. By people who I trust to lead me, I am led, for sure. And we also have to dispel that narrative. A woman who has an opinion, a woman who is intelligent, and a woman who is not afraid to demonstrate both doesn't equate to a woman who can't be led. People are led by people who they admire, love, and respect, right? When the advice makes sense, when the leadership is coming from a pure place, when the environment feels safe, we are okay being led.
Ma'am, I understand what you're saying. Nothing wrong with what you're saying. But you can tell you play sides on who can lead you. Legitly, your parents, all those people those are different scenarios. Absolutely different scenarios. But how could you sit there and say you're giving advice, and the first thing you do out your mouth is belittle the person who's just asking? He never said about him. He didn't even put himself in the scenario. He asked, or do you believe you are easy to be led? And just because you don't like him, because that's the only reason why you would say that, you don't like him, you would say, oh, I can't be led by you. Maybe he over advanced himself. Maybe he tried to holler at you. I don't know the scenario. But for the simple fact that you said that way, I know you have no respect for that man. The funny part about the whole thing is, yes, y'all may disagree with me, but she looks in his league. She definitely looks in his league. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, but she looks in his league. But for some reason, you feel in your head you're not. He wasn't even asking you on a date or nothing, but you legitimately had to at that point. I couldn't be led by you. Why would he want to? Why would he want to? Because you're taking your intelligence to the extreme? Because you try to dispel some notion, but you're the typical, like legitly the typical. This is exactly why dudes move the way they move, is because you would say things like that, but make no sense. How are you dispelling the notion, right? How are you dispelling the notion? But before you started this whole, when somebody just placed the question to you, you belittled his character just because you felt like he wasn't worthy enough. He's still a dude. He still deserves some of respect. Even if he's not an alpha or somebody that actually does, because that's what y'all be looking for. I'm looking for the alpha. It's like, I don't think everybody can have an alpha. That's why it's more than some people here. It's like, if everybody got an alpha, who the hell would have a pack behind them? Because you remember, the alpha has a pact. So if you're all dating alphas, who's in their pact? A whole bunch of other alphas. I'm not into that alpha, beta, whatever. I'm into making whoever I deem happy. Gently. Not on whatever. This shit is be fucking bananas. Fucking nanas, bro. To understand that some women will legitimately think that highly of themselves that you will belittle somebody just because you don't like them. That's what females do. Well, it's a woman. Can't even be mad at you. But don't do that. That's wrong. It's like if he did something to you, say what he did before you start explaining yourself. Be like, yo, this is not a shot at him, but he did such and such, such and such, so I'm taking my shot. Cool. Understandable. Guys are like that. They deserve to be called out when they do some funny shit that you don't like. But don't he pose a valid question to you and you started going off on a tangent about people you are not even in a relationship with. Because when I heard it, I thought relationship. I did not think family, mother. I did not think none of that. And as a grown person, why is your mother still leading you? And you feel like leading you is just, taking you to... No, he's talking subjectively. You should think subjectively. He's not saying completely lead. He's saying if the scenario calls for it, would you ask more questions than you need to? But for some reason, we are not considered deep thinkers when we place such a simple question for everybody to understand, but the complexity of the question never hits home. At least maybe he didn't. But it's like, no, I'm not thinking family members. Of course you're gonna, if we're talking about going on a fucking field trip, of course, whoever started the field trip, that's who we're following. What are you talking about? Alpha or not, whoever starts we're not talking about nature. That's who we're following. Like, what? But nope. He's talking about in general. That's probably where his problem was. He said in general when he should have said in a relationship or in trusting somebody to move forward with you. Are you easily led? But I'm a big dummy. So y'all take these two. If y'all watch to the end, comment.